up, Raffalitos? Welcome back to my channel. We're back in Kitty. This is the railway line, Kitty railway line. You can see they've done some additional road work here in Kitty. Just want to show you what is happening here on the Train Line Road. So the last time we were here, they hadn't yet built this eastern side of the road. Now they've completed the western carriageway. So that's the east, right? It's looking east. That's looking south. And what they decided to do is to construct a park in the middle of the divide. That's the divide between two halves of the railway line. So what they've managed to do is to build a park and put a wooden fence around the center divide of this train line, this railway. And they've basically extended the park, the Lamaha Embankment Park, here on the train line road. So remember, initially we were wondering whether they would build the west side of this road the same as the east side, with a divider in the center, like they did on the Heroes Highway bypass road. But what they did instead is they built a fence around the center of the divide. So this is going to be, I guess, a vest pocket park, one of those tiny parks that they built in New York City under Robert Moses. So the train line road is not going to fundamentally change traffic. It's essentially been converted into a park and a road. As I said before, my preference for this kind of development would be to put a train line, the overland railway line, back in this location so that you can connect Georgetown with the villages on the east coast and Berbice. But I guess the political powers that be, the thinkers in the current political party running the government, believe that this is the preferred solution. So this is what's happening. We're going to get a vest pocket park. Right, we're going to get a vest pocket park here in the middle of the train line, and they're building narrow streets on either side of the park. The rest of this is, as we have seen it before, I guess one half of this road is essentially a parking lot, such as you see here. Right, they've actually made half of this train line road into a parking lot, and I guess the rest of the road all the way to Lamaha Street is also a parking lot. That's Kitty. Next street over is Kitty extends all the way to the Middleton Road. So I don't remember what the next street over is, but this half of Kitty, this part of Kitty, goes all the way to Middleton Street. And on this side, what we see is a parking lot built to look like a road. So initially when I started reporting on what was happening here in Kitty on the railway line, my assumption was that they were going to extend this roadway on both sides of this divide all the way through to Sheriff Street. But essentially what they did is turn half of this into a parking lot and a park. So that's the idea, guys. That's what's happening here in Kitty. I'm not so sure that I agree with it. It seems to me to be quite haphazard. I understand the need for parks and recreational grounds for the neighboring communities, but I also understand the higher need for development of transportation systems, transportation networks. The most important one at this point is to return light rail to Guyana. But that's what's going on here, guys. Just wanted to bring you a brief update on what's happening here in Kitty along the railway embankment as we approach the Lamaha embankment, Lamaha Street embankment. Tell me what you think, guys, about this development, turning in the railway line into a parking lot and a park all the way to perhaps to Sheriff Street. And whether you think this is a good use of space here in the heart of Georgetown. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in the fastest growing country in the world as the government transforms the very fabric of the city. Later! This finished building this Lamaha Street extension. Last time we were here, there were piles of dirt, and they were still working on this extension of Lamaha Street. As you can see, they finished covering the road. Now we need to cover it with a pavement. That's Lamaha Street extended all the way to Sheriff Street. That's it, guys. That's what's happening here.